Hello everyone, welcome back to One United. Well, it's not a good day to make a match reaction video, isn't it? I know all of you guys are frustrated as I am, disappointed as I am. The one thing I can say, that performance was, embarrassing, shocking, awful. It's totally unacceptable. That kind of performance is totally unacceptable. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I did not mentally, prepare to see that kind of performance, so I didn't expect that level of performance. I know we might, struggle a bit in terms of sharpness, because considering his first game and Palace has played maybe a sixth game, but that's not an excuse, to go out there, to lose. Basically we lose the physical battle. It's not that we lose the football match, just a football match, or we lose tactically. We simply lose in terms of energy, in terms of, desire, in terms of physical battle, like I said. The most damning thing is we can't even win any second ball. That's why Palace keep, getting easy counter attacks, creating chances. It's absolutely shocking, absolutely awful. I'm lost for words, at times, but looking at it again, there's almost nothing positive you can take out from that game. Firstly, totally the wrong team selection, I would say. Okay, maybe Wan-Bissaka has fitness issue. I can accept that, but come on, Daniel James. I know he's been decent in the games against Villa and maybe in the internationals when he played with Wales, but this game is definitely not made for him. This is the type of games where you need precision, you need intelligence. Daniel James is not that. At the moment, he's not that, unfortunately. If it's a counter-attacking game, yes, we may play him, but from the start, Palace is going to sit back. Palace is going to keep it compact, invite us to come and try to break them down and then hit us on the counter-attack. So James is not going to work in this game, and rightly so. It done nothing. He did nothing. He has no impact at all. Should have started with Greenwood. And overall, I think the manager is awful. Team selection is awful. Halftime team talk is awful. Have no effect at all in terms of performance. Not a single player, I think, maybe except for Van der Beek. Not just because of his goal. I'm going to talk more about him later. Almost every single player should be embarrassed on himself, should be embarrassed by that performance. It was absolutely disgraceful, unacceptable, disgusting. I would say disgusting. I'm going to use that word, disgusting. Man, that kind of performance, I cannot believe, with all the, with the way we've been playing last season towards the end, where we're ready to get third place, like I said, we may struggle a bit in the physicality, but I didn't see this kind of level of performance. I absolutely did not expect this level of performance. Part of it, I'm lost for words. And the most damning thing is that we deserve to lose 3-1. In fact, we can say Palace could score more, with the counter attack that they have. They created a few clear-cut chances that they misses. It could have been 4 or 5-1, and I wouldn't complain. Now, people will talk about the penalty, the retake. People talk about the penalty, whether it was handball. It was a handball according to the law. It was a handball. No complaints in that. And with regards to the retake penalty, like the offside decision, it's an objective thing, man. It's an objective thing. Doesn't matter how many, the margin, as long as it's black or white, it's a simple decision. Like I said, it's subjective. Yeah, people will say just inches, just millimeters, the hair feet doesn't touch from the line, but it is what it is. And we didn't lose because of the penalty. That's the thing. That's the most frustrating thing. We didn't lose because of that so-called injustice or that unluckiness that we had with the penalty. Even without the penalty, we will lose. There's no part like I said, the most damning thing is there's no part or there's no phase in the game at all that suggests we should get something out from the game, let alone win the game. And we don't even deserve to draw that game. That's how poor we are. Right? That's how poor we are. You can imagine none of our forwards, Rashford, Martial, Igalo, Greenwood combined, none of them combined has a single shot on target. That is just shocking, right? Just shocking, as if this kind of performance and result is written in the stars. And considering all the negativity we had in the social media with regards to our transfer activities, as if this result is written in the stars, to compound our misery. I'm not sure if there's any silver lining in this with regards to our transfer. Maybe the board might wake up and see the need to do transfers, and if anything, like example for Sancho, if anything, this just put us in a more difficult situation. Just show how stupid it is to wait, till the end, expecting, they might drop their price. If anything, we are in a more desperate situation with that result. Now, if we were to win convincingly, then we might be relaxed. And we've got some negotiation for Sancho now. With that result, we are in a more desperate situation. We have absolutely no bargaining power at all, absolutely no negotiation leverage at all, which is why it is stupid to wait until the end of the window to do your business. Well, but apart from transfer, that result has nothing to do with the transfer. That is just diabolical from all of our players. Each one of the players should look at themselves in the mirror today and feel embarrassed by themselves. Even Oli has to look in the mirror and ask, what did he do? I think he did nothing in this game. The only positive I would say is Van der Beek. I think he looks good. Scored a goal. Look, even the goal, it's just a ricochet. I think I can say it's a fortuitous goal. And it's a bit lucky for us to have that goal. Again, on Van der Beek, looks decent, score a goal. And he looks like he keeps trying. He always available for a pass. Always driving forward, which is a positive thing. Saying he's the only positive things today. Even Fernandes, who usually was very consistent, or usually fight till the end, full of energy, somehow Pogba had a poor game, really, really poor. But I'm gonna cut him a bit of slack here because considering he's just back, he just recovered from a pandemic, coronavirus. I'm gonna give him a bit of slack here. I'm not gonna condemn him too much considering that. So definitely, my fear before the game, when I say that we might lack a bit of match sharpness, match and fitness, has come to fruition. We totally been dominated physically by Palace, and that's the reason why we lost today. Absolutely, in terms of physical, in terms of the desire, urgency, we are second best throughout the game, from start to finish. There's not a single phase in that game where we better Palace. Only in possession. Even that is a meaningless possession because there's possession where you control game and there's possession where you don't control game. This is the instances where you have a lot of possession but you don't control the game because Palace keep having chances, and it's too easy for them to attack us, to get into our box and create chances. There's absolutely no protection at all from our midfield to our defenders. I'm quite pity on our defenders, but that performance from Lindelof were absolutely unacceptable, especially the third goal by Zaha. That kind of clearance, unacceptable. I'm not sure how we're gonna move on from here. It's really hard to take the positive right now, especially with regards to everything that happens in the transfer window. Now there's nothing positive at all with the club at the moment, especially with the good, with the good foundation that we give ourselves. Last season, finishing third, finishing a season very strongly, so-called. But now this is like almost, repeat of the same thing. I think even the fans has started to be fed up with this, and not surprised with this kind of result and performance. He has become accustomed with us by this point. That is the most damning thing. It's not a shock. It's half expected this kind of performance will appear. So I'm gonna go into the players' ratings, right? I'm gonna start with the manager here, right? I'm gonna start with the manager. I think I'm gonna write somewhere here. I'm just gonna give Oli a 4. I'm just gonna give Oli a 4. No, he has no effect at all on the game. He just make the sensible changes, bringing Greenwood for James, bringing Van der Beek for Pogba. Right, too late to making substitution for Igalo. I think he should make a double substitution in the second half. Straight away. Van der Beek comes in, James comes in. I'm sorry, Greenwood comes in for James, and whatever he said in the dressing room team talk did not have an effect at all. So that's very poor from Oli. Even his his starting team is poor. So I'm just gonna give him a 4. De Gea, none of the goals was his mistake, and he did save the penalty, unfortunately, to be retaken. So I'm gonna give him a 6, because there's nothing he can do with all the goals. He get no protection at all, right? For Mensah, very, very poor for Mensah. 3. Culprit, the biggest culprit, Lindelof. I didn't think he can survive with that performance, man. Definitely, I think Oli would make changes in the next game. I'm just gonna give it 2.5. Maguire should have shown more composure, more leadership. That's why I said. That's why I'm having my reservation about Maguire being the captain, because he did not show any on-pitch leadership. He did not rally his troop at all. He should have give some talking to a few of the players during the game, with how poor we are playing. But none of that. He did none of that. So I'm just gonna give him a 4. Shaw, I think, might be the best out of our back 4, but not as good, but not best out of a bad bunch. Just saying something. So he gets a 5. Pogba, my god, poor. 3. McTominay was okay, alright, I guess, but like I said, being dominant physically. Usually he was very dominant physically, but today, like I said, the lack of sharpness and fitness really shown today. So you're just gonna get a 5. Tommy. James, really poor, a 3. Fernandez, again, poor as well, just 4. Rashford, poor, really poor. You know what, I'm gonna take that back. In fact, I'm gonna give all of our forwards a 3. That's how poor all of them has been, right? A 3. Martial, a 3. On the substitute, Van der Beek gets a 6. Greenwood, a 3. No effect, no impact at all. Same as Igalo, a 3. Too late to have an impact. So you can see the ratings really reflects the game, the performance. So I'm really pissed. I'm really pissed right now. I'm sure all of you guys are pissed as well. The only thing I can say now, we have to take it on the chin. The only positive, hopefully this will kick our boat into gear, into getting the recruits done, the business and transfer done. But it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good in both fronts, the transfer and on the pitch as well. I'm sure we will improve in the next game in terms of physical fitness, but in terms of tactical, it's all over the place. There's no cohesiveness at all. I think that just shows how important Matic was to this side. I think that's why we really need a another defensive. I think Fred should play that game. I think he would give more energy compared to McTominay, but I think McTominay might be a bit more, you know, composed or controlled in that sense, you know, because if you look at it, I'm gonna draw a bit here, you know, if you look at it, you know, Marty should drop. I'm sorry. Marty should drop in this area, you know. Why there's no... Oh, I'm sorry. I picked the wrong tool. I'm going to use a yellow color here. Okay. Marty should drop here, you know, to make it back 3 and spread it around. But none of McTominay or Pogba did that today. So that's why it's a bit hard for us to beat the press from Palace. And the movement up front from our forwards was poor as well. You know, really shows lack of match sharpness and match fitness, which is a concern because next we're gonna play next game. Who we gonna play next game? Sorry, I forgot. I'm gonna check. You know, I'm gonna check first. Who are we going to play next? Oh, that's poor by me. I didn't remember our fixture. Next fixture. So next we're gonna play. I'm gonna discard Luton Town in the Carabao Cup because we're gonna play Brighton next. You know, team that has played quite a few games as well. So I'm afraid the match sharpness issue might come to fore again. You know, so I think he should play his first team against Luton. I was tempted to say, you know what, Luton is a good time to play our 23 because they are an exciting bunch of youngsters. We are excited to see them. So might as well we play our under 23 youth team against Luton. But looking at the performance, I think we should play our first team. You know, I think we should give them the numbers and the legs for them to get fit, to get sharp, and then hopefully they can put some performance and, you know, play well and, you know, get some result against Luton and, you know, give that confidence back, because now Brighton has become a really crucial game. A real crucial game for us. So I think that's all for this video, because I want to know your comments, your thoughts on the match. Of course, I know most of you were pissed right now. Of course, please hit the like button. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Really appreciate the support on this channel. We're a new channel, road to 100 subscribers. So really appreciate your support. And again, any comments with regards to the match, of course, any comments also with regards to our channel, our program as well, is also appreciated. So I'm going to see you guys in your next video. Also, if you are interested to watch the match reaction in Malay, watch out for the video. Kira and Zoro will do the match reaction in Malay. See you guys in the next video. Hopefully there will be more positive news with regard to transfer for United. We really need the positivity now, man. It's all doom and gloom now. Can't wrap my head around all this negativity. See you guys next video. Bye bye.